but I'm gonna go live now.
That's what we're doing. Absolutely. Upstate, we up early.
Yep. All right, here we go. So I can see the comments. So, how's it going?
Good. How you doing? I'm just, relaxing, just enjoying. The weather's changing here in Buffalo, so I'm just trying to stay warm. We're getting ready for the winter time.
Yeah, weather here it's been cold too. Like
Yeah,
East Coast weather has been like cold, seriously changing.
it's that time. It's that time for sure.
That's
Our
a
time is
fact.
up with the summer for sure.
Now let's get into it.
For sure.
Wing dropped the flyer for October the 14th and the 15th.
Yep.
It's going down.
Yeah, Be The MC versus EAZ, October 14th. Man, there's gonna be a VOD. You know what I'm saying? RareBreedENT.com. Everybody can go cop that right now. It's only $20, man. You're gonna get a whole gang of battles.
Facts. 2 days worth of battles
There's
for only
like 30
$20.
battles. Like it's legit.
That's probably like the best VOD I've seen so far.
No,
Twenty
legit.
dollars, 2 days worth of battles, about 30 battles.
Hungry too. Everybody's hungry on the card, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's trying to work. So it's like a different energy for sure.
Let them know which day you battle. Is
Yeah.
it October the 14th or the
Yeah.
15th?
I'm battling on the day one, A1 day one. They got me. So I don't know where they're gonna place me on the card, nothing like that. But I'm definitely ready to set the tone. I'm ready to go crazy. Like this is an opportunity more so than anything to show out to a big group of people. That I'm talented and that I got it. So that's what we're going there to do to get our spot, the top 16.
Speaking of top 16,
I know, a hundred
it
percent.
seems that everybody's had something to say about the Sweet 16, top 16. You know, I've asked pretty much everybody who I've interviewed. Well, what do you feel about the 16 that got picked? Did they deserve their spots? Are there any weak links? Did somebody just get put there just to get put there? Like what you feel about it?
I'm sure Wing wouldn't just put somebody there to put somebody there. She's made it clear that many a times how she goes. She's about her business. But I would say no. The top 16 is fire. I think there's probably like a top, 8 in the top 16. The top half of the top 16 that's really put in a lot of work and shown that they can make moments. And some people have shown that they got the longevity to be here for multiple events and do what they got to do. So I'd say like half. It's like half and half. Half the people got that they're bringing it to the table. I think the other half kind of got to show that they're going to keep their spot.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. You know, because now you can tell me whether you agree with this too. What I've noticed since like all the battles for the most part have dropped, as far as like the intakes, the consensus has been spoken is like the one that everybody's after. You know, it's spoken this, it's spoken that. He should have skipped the process. You know, some people feel as though he shouldn't have skipped the process.
Right, 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 right.
You know, I think second time around, I think he's where he needs to be. You know, I would have hated if he skipped something and then it
Mhm.
didn't turn out how he wanted it to turn out.
I think that I mean, I guess to speak on that topic in general, not just to isolate spoken in the conversation, everybody going through that process is going to benefit from it. Like
True.
especially somebody as talented as spoken, he's almost better going through those milestones, those hurdles in a process like this versus doing it in a bit like a larger environment or doing it on a bigger stage in front of more people. Like let's work out whatever we got to work out. If you're ready, you're ready. I'm not saying dude is not ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying if you're going through the process still, it's a good thing. It's never a bad thing to be continuing through it. Like
That is very
he's
true.
not. He's one of those people I've heard 100 times that he's definitely up there. You know, as far as being one of them, like probably the top dude. So salute to Spoken for sure. But yeah, I'm going for that spot too. So we
Now,
definitely.
what I can say, intake 4, you guys are kind of have the mystery around y'all. You know, when I ask like the other intakes about y'all, they know about a few of y'all. And then some of
Hmm.
y'all is still like the question marks around. So I'm like, I think that's a gift and a curse right there.
Yeah, no, it's
That y'all
definitely
are
a
known,
blessing,
but you're not.
right? Because we know him because we're talked about still, regardless. But we like. I feel like that's why I've been trying to be in the space is make sure I'm promoting properly and getting outside and doing stuff like this because I want people to know that like, yeah, like they're gonna be talking about me after October. So just kind of get comfortable with my face being out there, get comfortable like for them seeing me. I'm good. I just want them to be comfortable seeing me because I'm gonna be in that conversation. So but it's good. It's a blessing and a curse because we're gonna surprise them too. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give them that. Oh, I didn't expect it. That I knew he was dope, but I didn't expect to see that. Like, and that's what I think that maybe we bring to the table because if we keep that to a minimum a little bit.
That is very true. Now, I can't say it's a few of y'all first and say four I'm familiar with. I've gone to watch some
Mm-hmm.
of your battles. Like I
Right.
watched you versus Tariq.
Mm-hmm.
You versus Tariq was a good battle.
No, that was fire. No, shot salute to Tariq. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing. That battle was dope. Definitely. No, see, I learned a lot in my career about what we do, like when we go outside, and how you gotta carry yourself, how you gotta mentally prepare, how you gotta, as far as your cadence in the battle, just how you're how you're carrying yourself like in your head is gonna carry over into the battle. So if you're not clear, you're not gonna be giving a clear performance. You're not gonna give 100%. So I'm not the one to say nothing about me and say, oh, I did this and that. I could have no. Salute to Tariq, man. He did his thing. That battle was good. I just know that when I move forward, even my last performance, I just battled in Buffalo in July, and that was my last battle. And it was a 180, I would say, mentality wise, because I saw that footage. I felt what I needed to do, and I guess I'm a watch my footage and learn it kind of guy. Like I like to watch it back, see my mannerisms, watch my eyes, watch where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? I watch everything, and if I can tell, hey, you're not focused, bro. Like I got to get in that bag of being focused, and that's where I'm at right now. So
Okay. You don't have any battles coming up prior to October 14th, 15th. Or okay, see, I asked that too.
yeah,
I
no.
know you guys do it, some of you guys do it as a living. So that's why I asked, you know.
After, after, yes. You know what I'm saying? I stay out. I'm trying to stay active, stay motivated, keep the fans knowing that I'm rapping still. The VOD is gonna come out and the videos are gonna come out, so it's gonna expose me more there. But I want to make sure that people know, like, you know, like Buffalo does Battler of the Year, so I'm going for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going for a lot of different things to make sure that I can make my stamp this year and next year.
Okay. So I'm trying to think, do I know any battles that represent Buffalo? Um I know Hussein's from New York, but I don't know specifically what part. Um, Chase Paper and Stretch Bills. They're New York. Are they
Rochester,
Buffalo?
Syracuse, Rochester, and Syracuse, respectively.
Okay. Well, New York, y'all got barrows, and I
That
don't know how
so
that
that's
works.
that's so that's upstate, right? That's all upstate. Buffalo, Rochester,
Okay.
Syracuse, Niagara Falls, even Albany. That's all upstate because when you say New York, automatically your brain goes to either New York City. You know what I'm saying? So as a region, like in battle rap especially because that's kind of important, that's pivotal in a lot of motions. Upstate, that's the upstate like region, that's what we're representing. The new upstate is the movement, so that's what we're doing there. Like, so all the new MCs, even the OGs that have been in upstate, but we're all together making this new upstate movement because like we're not New York City. Like, no disrespect to New York City, like, but when you talk about New York, we get in that category. So We're just trying to separate it so you know, like, yo, we're from upstate. When you talk about like battle rap, yeah, I'm from New York State, but I'm from Buffalo. So I want
See,
people to, yeah, I'm just trying to get people to understand, like, that's how we're moving right now, is separating the, a little bit.
see, New York's like the only place where it's like New York, then it's your borough, then it's your area. Cause like when I think New York, I'm just like, okay, he's from Brooklyn or he's from
Right, right,
wherever.
right.
So no, cause Gwitty's Long Island. So I
See, we're
guess
like 6 hours on the other side.
okay.
It's a 6 hour drive for me to get to Brooklyn.
Ooh, that's a lot of hours.
Yeah, no, it's Albany's the closest place. It's probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours, if that, to get to New York City as a whole. Um, but no, yeah, we're on the other side of New York. Shout out to my boy at OSONY. That's the clothing. Other side of New York. That's where we stay. On the other side. So that's kind of why we want it to be. Upstate just makes it like, look, we're on this part. We're in this part of the state. So battle rap wise, we got a different sound. We bring a different element. We bring a different character. So we're trying to just set the tone.
So who wants smoke?
Yeah, whoever
That
wants smoke. Yeah,
whoever wants smoke, home league, right?
for sure.
But you're now gonna make RB your home league. Is
Well,
that the plan?
RBE is my debut. RBE, that's for sure. RBE is the new home, man. It's the house, man. That's the opportunity place. That's where I'm going. Like, the trajectory is to take my brain, and I usually put my feet 10 toes into something. I go in that direction. That's where I want to connect with. So now that I feel like my plan is solidified, this is where absolutely where I want to be.
Okay. Now, tell me about whoever wants smoke. Like, I'm starting to see the name buzzing. I go on Facebook in the groups and I see the name, but it's like, tell me about the league.
Yeah.
How long they been operating?
So they just had their 2 year anniversary this past July.
Okay.
We did a card in Buffalo. Salute to Gully. Salute to Hustle. League owners. Salute to Mama 1228. Salute to everybody that's a part of setting up whoever wants smoke. They were the first, like, first, because there's been a few leagues in Buffalo that were not connected with battle rap as we know it right now. They were more so a battle rap thing. Like, it was battle rapping. It wasn't necessarily part of this battle rap culture as of yet. Um, and then that kind of went away. But now whoever wants smoke started, and they started by building with artists like Casino C's, Unlimited Bars. There's a few people from Buffalo who are fire that started on the league and started building up the footage with them. And then I got involved. Like, salute to C Saint. He put me on to the league, and that's how I got involved with whoever wants smoke. They were up and running for about 4 months at the time. And then it's in my hometown. It was a legit league. It was real. You know what I mean? It wasn't like thrown together. They were very professional. Everything was like it's popping at whoever wants smoke events. Uh, and it just became natural to stay. The energy was good. I fuck with the people, so that to me that's what I look for. Ultimately. So, but yeah, so they've thrown like probably 20 events at least, throughout the past 2.5 years. They brought Fonz in. They had Show Off in. A lot of upstate bets you mentioned, because Chase Paper. You mentioned Stretch Mills. They both touched the platform. I got a battle with Chase Paper on the platform right now. You can check that out. That's a fire battle. Whoever wants smoke, you can check that out. So the league itself, man, yeah, that's pretty much, they're just moving, pushing forward. We got a lot of great talent in Buffalo who touched the platform. A lot of people who are, I don't want to say just starting, but they're just starting. They got less than a year, maybe a year into the game right now. So you're gonna be hearing a lot about people from Buffalo for sure, probably coming out of the smoke element.
Well, that's good. That's good. You know,
Yeah,
that's
I'll give a
good.
plug real
Cause
quick.
I had to. You supposed to. Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, I tell everybody because the next thing I was going to ask is who if you could take one person from whoever wants smoke that you could bring over to RBE to do an intake, who would it be? If you could pick somebody else from your league, from your home league.
Right. Um, that's a tough call, man. We got a lot of talent. I think that a lot of people would do good. I would pick. I got. I probably might pick my boy SK. He's fire. Salute to him. I like people who are just getting into it, who are really talented, who got a different view. I feel like my boy SK got a different view, so I would say him. My boy UB, fire. Salute to Buffalo. SK's from Niagara Falls, but that's upstate. He's still fire. Salute to Casino C's. You know what I'm saying? I would say him, but he just got over in the Crucible. He's in the
I was just
Crucible.
about
So
to say that. I saw
so
that.
he
I saw his
yeah,
name for Crucible.
yeah, that's whoever wants smoke, you know what I'm saying? So I would say him, but he's doing his thing, so that's fire. I fuck with that. Me and him chop it definitely.
Now, what were
But
you
everybody else,
doing?
no, man. Everybody else got work for it, man. Everybody else they got to get to work.
I understand it. Yeah, I mean, if they just coming up, I ain't gonna expect you just alley oop it, or mention it to them.
I know, right?
You want them to put in a little bit of work before
Yes.
they like get like opportunity like
Yeah,
that.
no, the people that I see are talented. I'm gonna give them, I'm gonna let the people that I know are motivated. When the time comes, we might, help them, when we spin the block. But for the most part, no, I've been focused on me. I'm focused on me. That's why I've been really on, trying to lead by example versus talk the game. I could talk, but I've learned over the past year, especially, people don't listen. So it's time to just walk the walk and do business, because otherwise that's the only way they're gonna get better is if I get better. That's the only way I can bring more to the table is if I go outside and go get more. So
That is very true.
yeah.
What were you doing prior to the RB's intake?
I was a little misguided, I would say, in my battle rap course of action. I was battling actively, I was trying to be outside. I went to iBattle 3 times. I went to, I was at Whoever Wants Smoke. I went to On-Site. I went to a lot of leagues. And I think that it showed me what I had to do was, like, when I got the RBE call, it was kind of like, it wasn't even like an RBE call like that, but when I got the opportunity to be a part of this, like, intake 1SK process, I looked at it like, if I focus on the trajectory like this and I give it, like, this is actually a path, and I visualize where I could go with it in this direction, I felt like it was the right way to go, and that was what I was doing before this, was kind of trying to figure out what direction to go, where to touch, platforms to build the narrative with, like, how do I promote my brand properly. But I was a freelance, individual, I was a free agent. So it was a little more difficult because I had a home league, but that's cool. It's a local home league. No shade. We put on a lot of crazy battles. Some of the best battles you might watch came from, Whoever Wants Smoke. But, what I'm saying? There's only so far you can go, and there's only so many directions. The whole point is to set the tone and then go outside and then,
Mm-hmm.
and build and bring it home and do shit like that. So I guess I just looked at it like, I want to go out. And when I got that opportunity with this 1SK intake process, I said, all right, let's focus on this. Let's make this the goal. Let's make this the objective.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense. But why the RBE process? You could have went and did a URL Crucible. You could have went Um, you know, Dre Dennis and what he's doing as far as Gates of the Garden.
Right.
But why? Why did you pick RBE? What was it about this that you was like, this is where you should be?
I think because of the growth that you can gain and the emotion that you can like when you go to no nothing against any league, it's about what you bring to the table and how you build your character and everything like that. I just feel like with this process I've learned so much over the past like even 6 months of being involved with this, that it's like it's a blessing to be a part of this, because going to these other leagues and doing that, I wouldn't have learned certain things that I learned. I would have learned it maybe 3 battles in when I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I should do this, but that's already down the line.
That's
I'm
true.
fast tracking certain things, learning certain things that I would have had to experience. I'm learning through other people's experiences. I'm learning through the spaces and the conversations we're having with people like Excel and Gwitty and people of this like higher caliber. Like them boys got over like almost like 200 battles to combine. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy to me. So like I wouldn't have been able to have those specific conversations that we had if I had not been in this So I guess why did I choose RBE? Because it's RBE. You know what I mean? Like it's RBE. It's Rare Breed Entertainment. If anybody said no, I don't want to do that, it's kind of weird. Um, but I think that they have such a eclectic group of MCs. They have all different types from oopses and daylights to big K's and Rosenberg Raws, and we have all these different types of battlers that have touched that platform. I feel like it's a better, not a better shot, but it's a more fitting approach for the lane that I'm taking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I get it. Because I agree. I agree. I like, and this is no shade to URL,
Yeah.
you know, the process that y'all are doing with the intake. Y'all are in the spaces, y'all are promoting, you're accessible to the fans. Um,
Facts.
Now the fans get to watch y'all. They don't have to wait for the battles to individually keep dropping. October 14th and 15th, they get 2 full days to either still be in tune or get in tune with y'all.
Right.
If they didn't know who any of y'all were, October the 14th and the 15th, by the 16th of October, somebody's gonna be talking about, oh, I didn't know who this person was. Oh, he was
Right.
dope. She put on a fire performance. Oh, I
Facts.
see I see that what they're doing. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be a who are these guys? Who are they? It's not
No,
gonna
the
be that no
objective
more.
is to build yourself to that point where people want to see you, where people are gonna hear about you and say, "Oh, like I want to see if if he's money's where his mouth is," type of thing. Either or, like, "Oh, he was a sleeper. He wasn't really talking much, and he got performance of the night." Like, so that's the type of conversations that are gonna come from this. But no, I agree. You don't get that same energy from other places, at least from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there's a lot of promotion going on. I'm sure there's a lot of work going on. I'm sure there's people are doing their business. But the way that I've been involved in the process here at RBE, it's been great. It's been insightful. It's been like you can learn so much.
And that's the consistent thing with everybody that I've interviewed. Everybody's talking about how much they've learned since joining the process. They didn't know how much they should be accessible to the fans. They
Right.
didn't know that promoting gets you out there to the masses,
Yes.
because your clip on Twitter can go out to thousands of people
I've had
in
it happen.
a short
Absolutely.
amount of time.
Yeah, I had a bar go crazy in 2022, the Tunnel Vision bar, and it got me a lot of looks. It got me a lot of followers. Got like 1,000 followers on Twitter off of it. Like shit went crazy. So I took that also as an opportunity to say, yo, look, I got this. I got a talent. I got a something I can market with now. Like I was on Bars of the Month and Bars of the Year. So that to me was like, yo, that I mean, regardless of how people feel about it, like or
Mm.
how or even if I feel like it's my best material, I was I was like, bet I'm gonna run with this and I'm gonna learn from this. So just like this RBE, if I get that same opportunity, I'm gonna do the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like I see y'all in the spaces. Sometimes I don't hear some of y'all talk, but I know you're listening.
Right.
Like I was in the space when Gwitty got in the space. I missed Excel. I did hear Show drop some jewels to y'all.
When Jag
So
was in
that's
there
dope.
too.
Like y'all got them wanting to help y'all along the way. Tell you
Yes.
certain things so you don't have to do the trial and error of it.
And I want to be there for that. Absolutely. Because they're giving game that's irreplaceable.
That is very true.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true. Like whether people want to, you know, people say a lot of different things about Gwitty. They say a lot of different things about Show Off. But what I know for sure is that when it comes to their talking the journey and how RB has helped them with certain things, they gonna tell you the real, uncut, honest truth of things. They're not gonna
Yeah. And
sugarcoat it for you.
well, because they look at this as not like they're stars in this already. They know their position and they play their role. They have humility as well in that regard where they could be real as fuck with you and say, nah, but you can't fuck with me either. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the superstar and I'll be, the on the same level as you. And
That is very true.
that's how I like this whole process because you don't have a lot of Hollywood shit. And they prepare you for the Hollywood shit. They get you
Yep.
ready for you're gonna have that dude telling you this, that, and the third, so be ready, shit like that. They're giving you game that but it solidifies it for you. Or you didn't realize you're like, I never thought of it like that. That's a good point. And then you can kind of move a little different and get further. Some people get stuck. So if you when you listen to the OGs and we have that here in upstate too. There's a lot of people who've been in the game. They've done, the PGs. They've done this type of thing. So we listen when they talk because you never know what they're gonna say.
That is very true.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true. Now, y'all do have a couple of people that have done both processes. But I say, hey, what didn't work there, you figured that out. That wasn't for you. You came here and you made yourself a star. You may not have been top priority for them over there,
Yeah,
but
and that's
you brought it over here and you're like A1. You're A1.
yep.
You can't deny the talent.
Well, that's like the analogy with the water bottle. A water bottle at the grocery store costs 50 cents, but the water bottle in the air at the airplane costs $15, and the water bottle at the save at the football game costs $15. So it's all about putting yourself in that position to like where your value is going to be most appreciated.
That is very
And
true.
some people it's over here, and some people it's over there. Like get it where you fit it, right? Like that's how it is in battle rap, especially because you have such a picky crowd. You have a particular demographic for each. Like shout out to like King of the Dot and like Grind Time GTX shit. Like there's like specific people who follow these specific realms of battle rap, and they don't
Mm,
necessarily like, oh no, this is the best league. So already they're biased. So if you don't fit there, you don't fit there for the fans. And it's no shade. You could run. You could get to where you could go anywhere, and that's fire. That's how we all should be. That's how I'm. I feel like any league I touch, I want to be able to not fit to their mold, but just be me and have it translate. But I think that this process particularly it is the most accepting of authenticity in that regard.
I agree. I agree with that. I
Yeah,
definitely agree with that.
for sure, for sure.
Are you familiar with your fellow intake 4 guys?
Yeah, I mean, I know everybody who's in the intake four. You know what I'm saying? I watch most of their, I watch some footage off everybody for the most part. I'm sure there's somebody I missed, but everybody who was making a little noise, I made sure I did my due diligence.
Okay. So, I'm going to see if you can answer this.
Oh boy.
Nah, it's just opinion.
Okay. Oh, we good then. I thought you were about to hit me with some trivia. I'm like, oh shit.
Nah. I was going to say, if you could pick out of intake 4, the top pin and the top puncher.
Top pen, top puncher. Intake 4, top pen, and top puncher. Probably say I'm the top pen.
Okay.
I don't, and that's obviously I'm a little biased, but I do know what I bring to the table and feel like I'm a bit more detailed than some people. I bring a different element to the table, so I feel like like my scope of work is larger. Like I feel like I can just I don't know. I feel like I have more depth to some of my writing. I say pen wise, yeah. I say 4, especially. I probably guy punch. Drop could punch. You know what I'm saying? Drop could definitely punch pretty good. I might give it to drop. Just off the strength of not necessarily trying to say I'm the best of both worlds, because I enjoy the way I punch too, because it's my style. But I'm just gonna give it to drop just because I was talking shit to him earlier, so he could have that one.
Okay. Okay. I only ask it just to see if you guys are like gonna say each other. Yeah, it's cool to say yourself, but I just want to see if you acknowledge the other talent within your intake. Well,
We back. The anticipation, we had to set to take a commercial break.
so good.
Yeah, man. Writing wise, man. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the pen work. I'm here for the, what you say, how you say it, what you put together. Like that's really like what I like. That's what I enjoy. The schemes. You know what I'm saying? I like schemes. I like the way people, correlate their rounds so it connects. There's a lot more to it to me than just the punches. The punches are, of course, that's the jokes, that's the fun, that's the puns, that's the wordplay. Like, I mean, like we're talking about the not surface level or kind of tip of the iceberg though. Like you might have the best tip of the iceberg, that's dope, but what else are you bringing to the table? Like, where is the depth in your performance? Like, where is the like cadence changes or the flow, you changing up your flow every couple bars, or you get into a certain pocket that like is just yours, it's just your flow. Like you created something that nobody else can imitate, or they start to imitate because they fuck with that, because it becomes like a cultural shifting thing. That's why I'm trying to make moments. I've had a couple bars be on like, heavy battle bars and different platforms like that, sharing my bars, and that's humbling to me because it makes me know that like, hey, I got some talent that's fire, but it shows like, yo, I want to keep doing that. I want to keep making moments. I want to make, things that might change the course of, battle rap writing. You might write differently because you heard that bar. They might reference, or somebody's gonna go into that pocket now because I did it, and I can, even if I'm humble about it, if I'm not, we just that's something I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be part of the culture in that regard, and show face and make moments.
I agree. Now, do you think the because y'all basically battling and take three for the most part? Do you think they have it a little bit harder trying to write for y'all because y'all's battles haven't dropped yet? So they basically have to look at like old material of y'all to kind of
Yeah,
like
so like
get
I
an
haven't had
idea for
any.
y'all.
Yeah, I haven't had any RBE battles yet, so they don't know. They're writing off the strength of my old material and in those battles. Like EAZ, he's intake 2, I'm pretty sure. So he battled he battled dude, and then he battled on intake 3. Um, but it was dope. Like it was dope, but like I'm sure they have less trouble writing because the whole point is to they're in that mode. They should be in that zone. Like it should be harder for me to write because I don't know, so to speak. Like I got to be confident that I know what works for me. I know what's going to work in the room. I know what battle
Mm,
rap I bring to the table. Like
yeah,
they've had a chance to work shit out. They've had a chance to say, okay, no, that don't work. Okay, they didn't like this. This was a dry spot. Let me not do nothing like that. Or let me vamp this up because they did like it. So I'm gonna double down on this type of shit. And so I feel like they got an advantage because I'm a writer. So I don't necessarily always write stuff that's super specific to my opponent because I know I've been in situations that it's like, yo, your opponent didn't show up. And now I got
that is very true.
3 rounds of super specific material that I can't use. And I've done it. I battled somebody with material that wasn't for them, and it don't look the same. The
That
shit
is
that
very
hits
true.
hits because it's the shit that hits because it's very specific to that like battle rap, and then it's just a bar. But now you got name flips. You got, oh, you from here, like, oh, this, that, and the third, like all those angles go away because he's like, I didn't do that. That's not me. That's not my name. You know.
Yeah,
So no, I try to write universal and keep it to a point where I don't have to worry about that as much. I still make sure it's direct, but I try to be like I could say this to anybody and it really wouldn't matter.
that makes sense. That makes sense because you do bring up a good point. If you're too direct to that opponent and it doesn't happen, it's like wasting material. So I get it.
Yeah, not don't not and that was at the beginning of my career in my exhibition stages, like where you really are battling everybody who's on that same brand new lane as you. So granted, like if you do have that waste of material, it's not so bad. Or like that's when you learn to write universally because you have
Mm,
those experiences. But like if you have a battle that's like a grudge match or you have a battle that people want to see, my material is going to be oriented towards you. Like I'm going to
mm,
have a very specific 3 rounds. But that's when you're at a higher level. Less thing, there's less ducks. There's not going to be no shows. There's not going to be these things because everybody carries themselves at a different height. When you're getting no shows and you lose material, it's because you're dealing with no one's getting paid. You're dealing with a different type of battler. It's his third battle. He doesn't know if he wants to do this shit. Like he doesn't know where he's at, what his trajectory is. He thinks he's the best in the world, but he choked. Like this is this is where like you run into that. But like right now in this RBE scenario in these higher level platforms, you can start to write super specific. Like you can
yeah.
start to get into that pocket. I just think I'm so used to writing bars now that are just bars, and I can say it to you, I can say it to him, and either way, it's gonna be like, damn, like he wrote that for you. It's like yes and no. Like
Mm,
if I do battle you, it's gonna be fire because it's gonna be even better. But if I end up having to, for some reason, oh, your opponent didn't show up, but he's also got around. Do you want to get your material off since you're here? Like that's usually how that shit goes. And then it's like, yeah, I'll do it, and then I'm ready because now my shit doesn't have a bunch too many EAZ flips. I could take out my EA material, throw in a couple
mm-hmm,
flips for his name, give me a half hour, and now we good.
mm.
Yeah.
What do you specifically have to work on to ensure the win versus EAZ?
Performance,
Performance.
definitely.
Yeah, because
That's always
he
been my
is high
number
energy.
one. High energy, and that's different. High energy is not hard to combat. It's a performance.
Mm,
Um, High energy, because you could be low energy and have a not low energy, but you could be not wild and going crazy and still
mm,
have a great performance and delivery and have it go crazy. So um, I look at it like my performance and delivery. I want it to be a Be The Emcee performance and delivery. That's what's gonna beat EAZ. That's what's gonna beat a brick. That's what's gonna beat anybody they put in front of me.
mm,
Is an authentic, original Be The Emcee performance and delivery that's obviously clean and rehearsed, but like that's how I feel like what I bring to the table is unmistakable. I'm gonna end up being in a position, but until I get a fan base that's really behind me, where I have a
mm,
bunch of classics or I have a bunch of debatables because they don't want to say that their favorite dude just lost, or they don't want to say, this dude just got, oh, Be The MC said a lot of better shit than he did, but that's your boy. So now you had a classic. Now it's debatable.
mm,
Um, so I look at battle rap. I I look at battle rap. I know where I'm going in battle rap, so I'm prepared for these. I've done this. This is what I went through in every league I've been until I get to that point. Now I'm main event. What are you gonna say? You know why I'm here. It's not because I had a bunch of debatables.
yep.
You feel me? Like so that's how I know it goes for me. So that's how I know I'm gonna bring it, and I'm prepared to do that. In fact, if anything, I'm capitalizing on that. I'm like, yo, I've been in this place before. You think I haven't because it's called RBE. I respect the platform and the pressure and the talent that's here. But as far as the narrative that's gonna come with it, I've walked this
Mm,
walk before. So let's do it.
true. That's very true. Yeah. See, I asked that because I asked EAZ the same thing. I was like, I saw your battle versus, I think the dude's name is KT. I think that's what his name was. And I'm like,
Yeah, JT
you
or something like that.
yeah, it was something like that. And I'm like, you are high energy. And I'm like, but on some parts we
I
couldn't hear
think.
everything. So you gotta
Mm-hmm.
like how do you manage the high energy, but making sure that you're clear and getting everything out, that you're not like stumbling or skipping over something. So he was saying that
Yeah,
that's
the
the
difference.
balance we got to figure.
Yeah, because the balance is not just being loud. Being loud is not control. It's not high energy. It's being loud.
Mm-hmm.
That you're gonna run into problems like that. So if you just hitting the gas and you're not actually running on a high performance level, and you're just hitting the gas and saying, "Look how fast I'm going," yeah, but you're not really doing the thing. But like, not
Mm-hmm.
to say he's not rapping and he don't, you know what I'm saying, but like for me, I'm all about control. I'm about how you hit the turn. I'm about the flow behind it. There's a lot more intangibles that I'm bringing to the table that already, you know what I'm saying, I know is going to show out and is going to shine above maybe his loud, aggressive punches. So for me, it's make sure my performance can deliver that. My authentic performance for me and how I deliver it can impact the crowd, and my space will be solidified regardless of what he does.
That is very true.
Because it's a world of abundance, and I know it's not a lot of spots, but as far as battle rap as a whole in the long game, my lane
Mm-hmm.
is my lane, and my spot is going to be my spot. So
Hold on.
regardless of all of it, like I'm
Yeah.
taking what's mine.
You talking so much? Yeah. Give me like a couple of minutes. I got you. No, go ahead. I got you. Give me a couple of minutes. Sorry about that. I'm good. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, you good? You can hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
hear you. I think y'all have potential to have one of the best battles of the weekend. I think you do.
Yeah, yeah,
Now that I've seen like cause like I knew bits and pieces of like who was a couple of battles ahead of time, and then like when she dropped the full card, I was like, okay, now this is what I've been waiting for to see. Like, did anybody's matchups change? And quite a couple of matchups did, and I'm like, but I like what I see for day one and day two, and I'm happy that it's a VOD.
yeah.
Like,
No, this whole card, day one
matches.
and day two, is very, very dangerous. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of shit going on. So that's why we all got to make sure we go crazy, because you don't know who's gonna say what impact each person is gonna make. Like, all those things come into play. So like when I write my shit, that's why I make sure it's me, because no one else can do nothing that I can do. I mean, that if it's me, it's me. That's it. So
Mm-hmm.
when I say, like, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get the top 16, but I'm not fighting you for the spot. Like, I'm really just fighting to get the spot. Period. Like, that's my spot. I'm just going to
Yeah,
get it, because like, I'm not competing with nobody as far as like, oh, I gotta write better than you. No, because then you become the standard, and you're not nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not making nobody else the standard of what I bring to the table, because what I bring to the table is my bar that I've raised to get to where I'm at. So, like, that's what I look at competition. Like, yo, you're not. I'm second to none in my world, so
mm,
no one's gonna take my spot. And it's not being cocky, because I know people are better. I know people can win, but I'm here to get mine. That's it. And I can't take yours because it's yours. I have to go get mine, and that's the
that
whole
is
point.
very
So I'm
true.
not. So yeah, we can battle. It's battle rap competition. You're not better than me. You're trash. You're ass. I don't fuck with you. All that. But at the end of the day, like, I'm building a brand, and I'm building a like a platform for myself to stand on, a foundation for my hip hop music, for any type of venture that I take in the future. People are going to respect me because of what I bring to the table and the type of person that I am, the business that I do. Um, they're going to want to rock with me because like I said, I'm authentic in my performance. I'm bringing stuff that only I can bring to the table. I'm not comparing. Like I said, I was misguided a little bit. I was lost, if you will, in battle rap, as far as maybe material goes, as far as concepts, as far as even the moves I wanted to make. So even just getting the opportunity to be on RBE, I think things kind of lined up, and I said, "Oh, like, I'm not gonna win if I'm competing in a lane that I'm not supposed to be in, but a lane that isn't mine, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it just doesn't make sense. Let them compete for their lane, because that's their spot. There's enough spots, not in the 16, but there's enough spots in battle rap as a whole for me to get
Mm-hmm.
mine and become my own like battle rap business, and my own person that becomes a star, and I become that, like, battle rapper that everybody, I get booked on both leagues, and I'm getting booked on all five major leagues, and that's what, like, our move is to get to. And it has
That is
nothing to
very
do
true.
with EAZ or anybody in the intakes or anybody in the bricks. Like, all they are is opportunity. You know, all we got is like like fresh air and opportunity. And I just took all the fresh air. So that's how I look at it, really.
I think Intake 4 is going to surprise a lot of people.
I said we got to impress for real, but when we do, it's gonna be different. It's gonna feel different. There's gonna be a lot of pressure on them. Like, oh, who the fuck is that?
It's
You
going to be a
know?
lot of that. It's going to be a lot of
Yeah.
that.
If a lot of intake four people make it, like I said, I think that the other intakes do got a lot of talent. They are gonna keep some of their spots, like, but I'm about to. One of them is mine, and thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's mine though. It's got my name on it.
Oh,
So
October 14th or 15th.
it can't be here soon enough.
It really can't. Because, like, that Sweet 16, you guys are safe for the moment. For the moment. And
Till the
then,
end of November, till the end,
yeah,
once the actual 16 gets picked, then you got till December, and then this is boo. You got to battle the goddamn brick. You got to go right back to work. That's why I like it too, because it's like there is not a moment where you get to kick your feet up and say, "Oh, this is comfy. I like my spot here." At any moment. So
that is very true.
so
That's
even if you
true.
make the 16, you're not safe.
No,
You're not safe.
that's what I was saying. Like when Wing had to pick her 16, that finals, that Sweet 16. I tried picking my own 16 just out of what I had seen. I had the hardest time ever.
Right? Because you only got 16. And now it's out of 2 months. 60 battles, some crazy number. You got to pick 16. Less, I mean, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy.
It is. It is. And it's like, it's so much talent. I can see if it wasn't so much talent, then maybe that 16 would come quicker.
But it's
But
kind
it's
of wild because you
so
can kind of
talent.
tell. You can kind of tell who's going to be who and who's going to do what and where they're going to take place. And a lot of people talk the talk. I feel like you can kind of tell who's carrying themselves a little differently and who's really kind of one of those who's him. Like that's how
Mm-hmm.
like as being one of those, I feel like I can read who's who and I know like all right, you're cool people, but you might not have, you might rap good, but I can tell you're not about to rap as good as we're about to rap. Like
That is true.
so no,
That
but I
is
fuck with everybody in the RB process, everybody in intake process, man. I don't got no throwing shade at anybody. It's just I know like I'm fire and I recognize talent where it's at. So
as you should. As you should. Now, what's the easiest way to get kicked out the process?
not doing shit. Number one, keeping your mouth closed. Um, trying to take advantage of the process in a way that's not gonna benefit the process. I guess like trying to do more, do be outside, like trying to do both, if you will. Um, and if you don't do it the right way, you're gonna get in the wrong position. So, but no, I'd say not being active, man. Not being active is the number one way to honestly. If you look at any business, if you look at any place you work, if you look at anything you do, not being active will be the first number one reason that you're getting fired, that you're getting, you're not working no more. Oh, why? Because I wasn't doing shit at work. Well,
Yep.
it makes sense. Why aren't you getting booked? Because I didn't promo any of the battles that they sent me.
Facts.
Well, that's weird. I wouldn't book you either.
Something as simple as all I gotta do is promote the battle, and I couldn't do that. That
No,
sounds crazy to me, though.
and they make it a point, like there's gonna be times where you gotta schedule your life, you gotta schedule things, and though things come up, we're all gonna be appreciative of that and understanding. You gotta have schedules so you can actually be active and actually be. If we gotta be in the spaces, and that's the way that this is shifting. Like I'm sorry that you don't like it, but like if that's where the money is going, that's where I'm going. Or if that's where if that's the lane that we got to go, like I'm gonna try and get there first, get and take advantage of it in the best way possible, not just kick my feet up and say, oh, I'm RBE now and da da da. Like no, I know I gotta be outside, and I'm learning that. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing people drop like flies, whether it be on their own accord or not. But I'm I would say that, yeah, no, like it's all about taking this opportunity now and running with it.
I agree. Because I know Wing is definitely stressing, promote, be in the spaces, you know. And
Yeah,
if anything comes up, make sure you tell her.
yeah, no, and it has to be communication is clear. Like I've said that, especially on a local level, knowing that things aren't like, I mean, big business and da da da. People, of course you're gonna communicate, but people feel like maybe levels they feel like they don't gotta communicate or whatever. But like you should be on all levels, at least being transparent enough, like letting people know ahead of time what's gonna happen, or letting people know, hey, I might not, this ain't working for me right now, da da da. Like you gotta be able to give that honest approach so you can have clarity in your path. Because if you're not honest with the small shit, that shit stacks up. So you just got to be clear in your path so that wings can move properly. Because if she knows your goals and your trajectory, then she's gonna help work around that to an extent. Yeah, she's gonna put you through the fire, but people like Winged and people who are helping and people who are mentors, if you will, or leaders, if you will, they want to help, but they got to know what you're doing. They got to know you got to have a goal. You got to have a vision. It's not up to other people to build your vision. A lot of people get this big league shit twisted. I'm see in the smaller leagues, not no, independent leagues and larger like corporate leagues, if you will. I'll call them that. I'm not trying to say big and small because there's no shade to any league. It's all talent, like I said. But like the communication that you got to have is imperative because they will help you grow if they know, hey, I want to do this, I want to get to this place, and everything you do is proving that. They're gonna say, oh, I can. They're gonna work with that because you're doing the work. All they got to do is point you now. But if they got to pick you up, push you, move your leg, walk this way, wave to him, go do this. Or like they're gonna get tired quick. So like
That's true.
no one wants to sign a lazy MC. No one wants to work with a lazy person in the office. Like you got to put in your end of the bargain. You got to pull your own weight in order to you'll get tenfold from it because they are the ones that can make that happen. But they want something from it too at the end of the day. Everybody does. You work for a company, they have a boss. Unless you're going to go be the boss somewhere and grow to be to that point where you can make those things happen. Like, I mean, we're working so we can become a part of this culture, and we just gotta follow the not follow the rules, but do what fucking actors do. Do what everybody does who's in business. Promote yourself. Be out there. Network. Socialize. Like interviews. Share your shit. Like be involved with other artists in your peer group so that you can create those circles and that's gonna build more fan groups. Like, yo, every time that him and him get together on a live, it's funny as fuck. So like that's the shit we got to be building as far as the new generation of battle rap.
That's true. That's true. But I can say, y'all get on y'all space. When I see intake for y'all on y'all space.
Yeah,
And
no,
then,
they do.
like,
They
but
do crazy. I'll say they
yeah.
go crazy. They go crazy.
Now, I can
I
say,
say what
y'all
I bring is
spaces
I bring
start
light
with
a little
battle
bit.
rap and go other places. I can say that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
They
it's
got a
good.
space
It's
going on
good.
right now talking crazy. I got the group chat. Group chat's going crazy too.
Oh, y'all on the spaces? I ain't been in the space in one of y'all spaces in a while. I'll probably get on the space in a
Yeah,
moment.
we do. We
If
do
they talking
spaces
about
every day. Intake spaces. You can probably find it at any point of the day. You'll find a space. Um, I know they do Mondays, Tuesdays, well, every day. We do Sundays. Me and PTs this. We do Sunday school on Sundays. Um, so that's on Twitter. Y'all can check it out. We usually do that at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. It's like a follow up space to the space pro. They run back to back all day, just promoting these battles, getting the word out. Sharing the VOD, getting ready.
Yeah. Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you too much longer. What's your last words? And let people know where they can find you at.
No, I really. Yeah, man, it's B The Emcee. I'm from Buffalo, New York, man. You can find me on all social media platforms. B The Emcee, BDMC. You can find me everywhere. You'll find this face. I'll be on there. Man, you can find me. I got battles on YouTube. Look up B The Emcee versus. I got my name in the bottom right here. You know what I'm saying? So you could check me out. You could Google me. I got a lot of battles. Whoever wants to smoke Battle League, OTM, Out the Mud shit, trench coat season, man. Shout out to Rich Minded. I got, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of shit in the works out here. So make sure you tap in. EAZay. I hope you enjoy your birthday today because October 14th, I'm smoking your boots, man. I'm coming to get a top 16 spot. It's lit for everybody. I'm pouring Henny out all night. It's up, bro.
And there you have it. Talks with Jay, B The Emcee versus EAZay, October 14th. RBE Intake 4, October 14th, 15th.
Hey,
Virginia, you could be in the spot, be there. If not, cop the VOD. And we out.